Hello everybody, CW here. I got kind of a strange angle, so you got to excuse what I got going on here. But what I want to do is, I want to show you something I had on my old channel and I didn't realize that I had omitted on this one. And that is rifling twist. I think most of us know what it is and what it does. It stabilizes our bullets. And most of us know that it's different twist for different calibers, but really, more specifically, it's not caliber related so much as it's the length of the bullets that those calibers shoot related. And what that means is you need a certain amount of revolutions to stabilize a certain length bullet at certain velocities. Those will change as they go faster or slower. They change a little bit with elevation and conditions like that, but largely it's length first, velocity second. So sometimes you get a gun, you don't know what it is, or maybe you have an idea. Maybe it's a rebore. Maybe it's something that is older and you can't find information on. So here's how I like to check and see what my rifling twist might be. Now this is an old H&R. I believe it's going to be, not ancient, I believe it's going to be 1980s, late 79. No, it can't be that early. It can't be that early because this cartridge didn't exist. So it's got to be mid to late 80s. This is the 357 Maximum in the H&R. And this is a 158 topper model. So what I've got here is, I've got a 30 caliber rod. Now this is going to be really easy if you have a larger caliber to check. And it's easier because you've got some room in there for a smaller rod. So this is, this is a 30 caliber rod with a 35 caliber jag and a little bit large patch because I want a good tight fit. Now I started out by cleaning the bore to make sure I've got nothing in there that's going to slow down me pushing through. It's nothing in there that's going to inhibit the traction that this patch needs to get inside the barrel so that I can read things. So I've taken a rod, this is a 30 caliber rod as I said, and I put a piece of painter's tape on it. You see the line here. Hopefully this is in focus for you. But I just wrapped it around long ways. So I've got tape around most of the rod, and that's going to be good. So we're going to take our patch, we're going to put it on our jag, snap it over the tip so that it stays on, and we're going to push it into the chamber and then into the rifling and just get it started and stop. Get yourself a magic marker. Doesn't matter what color or anything, but get yourself a magic marker and you're going to mark. We're gonna count revolutions. So what I like to do is I'll just take a magic marker and draw a line straight up the rod. And it's important that it's straight, and it's important that the length of your tape is longer than what you expect your twist to be. And what I mean by that is you're gonna have an idea, okay? 30 calibers. Most of them are gonna be 1 in 10. Same, largely the same for 25, 27, 28. They're in that range, okay? So you want to make sure your tape is at least 10 inches long. This is a 35 caliber, and these are generally a little bit slower because the bullets tend to be a little bit shorter. So this is going to be more in the 14, 16 inch range. Again, you have an idea of these things based on caliber. So you want to make sure your tape, in this case, you want to make sure your tape is at least, say, 18 or 20 inches long. Because you're expecting this to be 1 in 14, 1 in 16. I know what this is, or I know what it should be. It should be 1 in 18 and a half-ish. So I'm going to make sure that I get at least 20 inches of tape. So we've got our tape on there. We've got our tape marked with a straight line. That's going to allow us to count revolutions because we can see the line going around. Now we're going to mark where it goes in the chamber with a ring. I'm marking on the rod. I'm marking on the tape. Now, here's where you want to have a better rod that has a good... I think you can see me out here. I'm hoping that you can. Let me take a look and see what you can see. Yeah, you can just see that up in the corner of the screen here. The handle. Now this handle spins free. It spins free here. So that's important. You don't touch the rod and you stay on the handle. So now you watch your line, and the line is straight up, or almost straight up and down. We're going to push this rod in until that line comes back to straight up and down, or back to the same position. Now it popped out of the barrel. It popped out of the barrel just as it came all the way around. So I've got to make an estimation here, or I got to do this all over again, because it wasn't quite all the way around. In other words, this barrel is 17.5 inches. My rifling twist should be 18.5 inches. So it should have popped out. The patch that's in the rifling should have popped out of the barrel before that twist came all the way back up. This is in my case. So let's take this back out carefully. Now we've got our rod with a line, and we've got a mark and a mark. So now we're going to take a tape measure, and I'm just going to use a regular old school yardstick. Hopefully it's something that you guys can see while I'm doing this. And we'll put it on the first mark and on the second mark, and it's 15.5. Now remember I said this didn't quite make it up? So that's going to put it more, maybe 16, 16.25. It's totally a guess because in my case, there's no way to know exactly. But I know that that was really close to being straight up. And I don't think it's going to go all the way out there to 18, which is, let's see, how far is 18.5? Because that's what it's supposed to be. That's 1, 2, that's 3 inches away. There's no way that that would take 3 inches to bring that back up to square. It was almost there. It was just a few degrees off. So at most another inch of barrel. So we got 15.5. So 16.5. So that's going to tell me this is probably twisted 1 in 16. H&R data told me it was 1 in 18.5, but I've just done it and confirmed that it's very likely not that slow. I'm going to call it 1 in 16 for the sake of argument. And that's how I test rifling twist. It's important for a tight-fitting patch. It's important that you have a line or something that you can reference when it makes a full revolution. I guess you could wrap a piece of tape around it and use that as a flag and then push it until that flag came back to the same position. That would work. There's probably a bunch of other ways you could do it as well. Bottom line, you need to count the revolutions, and you want to do one complete revolution. Mark it where it starts, mark it where it finishes. Measure between the marks, and as long as you make one full revolution between those marks, that's your rifling twist. All right, pretty simple. There you go, guys. I hope this was informative and not too confusing. Any questions? If you have any, post them in the comments. Happy to help out. God bless everybody. CW out.